Well, 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 everyone. The time is upon us at last. The end of this rather in-depth journey we've been upon. Could have been more in-depth, maybe, but then we'd have been here for like another 40 hours. And it probably wouldn't have been quite as fun. A lot more informative, but probably not as entertaining. Let's see, we got a few people here in the chat. Chilled is forcing himself to stay awake for this finale. Well, hopefully I don't keep you up until 5 in the morning. That would be rather unfortunate. That would be not the best. I would feel a bit bad about that. Tarnished, does thy strength befit a crown? We're gonna find out. Drank coffee as a pre-measure. Made a bit too strong and I don't feel so good. Well, don't shit yourself. It's true. Well, I guess Placidus Sax technically has a cutscene right before his fight starts. Like, before the fight actually starts, but like, as soon as you walk up to him, the fight starts. Basically, his cutscene is when you enter his arena, whereas Radahn is the only one who has a cutscene before you even do that. Actually, hold on, Calamite kinda does. We're gonna use this, because Placidus Sax likes to sit around a lot. Now, what we're primarily going to be focusing on in this stream is the differences and characteristics of each of the Elden Lords' ages, their reign. How was their rulership defined? What was their era like? Wouldn't it be so nice if we could just jump down there? I'm pretty sure that would kill us. In fact, I'm very certain that would kill us. Chilled says Placidus Sax is on par with Midir. There's definitely an argument to be made. I don't remember if I put him before or after Midir. You know what? I think we need something other than Sud to go with this. I'm not entirely sure what. Oh, that kind of works, I guess. I don't know. I don't really like showing my characters' faces. That does go quite a bit better, but I like helmets. Decisions. Nah. Don't want the world to see Griever's face? No. Armors with hoods are peak. Speaking of, do we have the astrologers set? I don't think we do. But if we did... For some reason you are able to wear the fingerprint hood with that. And it works. Like, you can wear the hood over Vike's helmet. Quite strange, to say the least. Fuck you! Let's see, where was it? Right here, I think. Whew. May Chaos take a 50% discount at Arby's? It may. It might. But no guarantees. This is a little bit out of the way, isn't it? Ah, Tater is just in time. Yes, indeed. Be assured, the Elden Ring is close at hand. So I was thinking about something interesting. in regards to Placidusax choosing a mausoleum to be the final eternal remains of the dragon civilization. Now, why does time stop for us? I don't know. Why does this send us outside of time? I have no idea. Some kind of astral projection thing. Maybe Placidusax was hungry. Who knows? Sad there isn't a dragon ending. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what the dragon ending really even would be. Time moves with how awake the Tarnished is. Ah, I see, it all makes sense. So we technically go back in time, I guess, but we're going outside of time. It makes sense because Placidusax went outside of time in the past, so the place he is in is a past version of Farum Azula that's been scooped up outside of the time stream. Look at this giant place. I'm not even sure what sort of mechanical function this is supposed to serve, but look, there he is. All eerie looking. Also, of note that even the embers of the Erd Tree can reach outside of time. Look at him. In all of his degraded glory. I like how the lightning here, outside of time, moves slower than in real time. Yeah, this does look like a metal album cover. Look at it. The lightning is going in slow motion. This is just his bedroom? I see. So I had an idea. Placidusax chose a giant mausoleum to be his eternal sanctum. Or perhaps his eternal resting place. He has essentially entombed himself. When his god left, he was basically like, guess I'll die. Guess I might as well be dead. So this giant mausoleum city, this giant tomb, is his tomb. He just isn't dead quite yet. Looks pretty close to it, though. Ow. See? Great. Where are the flames? See, this is great for him. Because he just doesn't move. He just sits in it. Now, let's get a move on, shall we? Now it starts raining outside of time somehow. So it's of note he uses red lightning like all the other dragons. And he has gold scales, I guess? Gold flesh beneath the stone. Most certainly, at one point in time, a servant of the greater will. And that right there, the power to stop the music is certainly the power of an Elden Lord. My god, is this fight a spectacle. Ow! It is a cool spectacle. that should be the strongest attack in the game. Maybe, but instead we have Placidus Axe's Ruin. That's the actual strongest attack in the game. His theme shares a leitmotif with Lanciax's theme. Does it not also share it with Fortis Axe? Because I feel like Lanciax is quite similar to Fortis Axe. Or is it more similar to this one? I know it's similar to one of the actual ones. How could you never just sit back and appreciate the spectacle of this fight? And now, I think... Yeah, it's a shared leitmotif amongst the ancient dragons on the whole. Ow. Oh, that boulder toss. Not bad. Oh, I just noticed he also has 4 wings like the other ancient dragons, but his secondary set of wings are so small. But yeah, the dragon lasers are always the coolest thing in any FromSoft game. Buddy? Where are you coming from? Oh shit. Here it is. Fucking Christ. And look how they just, they put out the wings. They put their heads up and out there. It's a display. It's a display of glory and power. One last dance. One last final display of the power of the Dragon Lord. I wonder, without Placidus Axe, will Farum Azula finish crumbling, or has he just kind of like thrown it outside time? Does he maintain its position, or did he just bring it to its current state? I feel like we would not want to fight Prime Placidus Axe Chilled. I don't think we would be able to beat him. I think he would literally be unbeatable. Look at him. Look at that! Look at him! Look at how he's showing off. What a magnificent boss. Goodbye. And thus, we defeat our first lord. Remembrance of the Dragon Lord. The Dragon Lord, whose seat lies at the heart of the storm beyond time, is said to have been Elden Lord in the age before the Erd Tree. Once his god was fled, the Lord continued to await its return. Hey, we got 10 people in here. Let's see if we can hit 10 likes for beating Placidus Axe. So if you're in here and you haven't already, hit that like button. So, what exactly was Placidus Axe's rule as Elden Lord like? Well, it's kind of hard to say, because this is the most ancient civilization. We know the least about it. However, we are able to glean a few things, based on what we see here in Farum Azula. For starters, seems to be much more in line with the Crucible. The Misbegotten seem to have been accepted, central perhaps even, as they seem to surround imagery of the Crucible. So they may have indeed been considered a blessed group, as the likes of the Omen were in ancient times. We see a lot of imagery of the Twin Bird, or what seems to be the Twin Bird, and also the fact that the royal city of Farum Azula is a giant mausoleum. No other civilization we're aware of this scale puts so much emphasis on the importance of death. In the Age of the Erd Tree, death is something that was rejected. The rune of death was discarded. We wanted the Age of the Erd Tree to last forever. We thought it would be immortal. But in this time, death was something that was probably considered very holy, very divine, very sacred. That's the word I'm looking for. It was a very sacred thing, very important, and seemed to be very central to their culture. It may have been something that was embraced to an extent. It's not really clear given the fact that the ancient dragons seem to be almost immortal. Like, they don't die of old age. And most of the death imagery, like all of the death imagery we see around here, is all of the beastmen. It doesn't look like super pleasant deaths either. I think maybe, if I were to throw something at the wall and make a guess, it would be that in Placidusax's age, the Crucible was looked upon as divine, as well as its creations. However, the dragons were the wielders of the Elden Ring. They were the gods of the world, surpassed only by the greater will. And thus, they would assert their will over the lesser creatures, the beastmen, as much as they fucking pleased. To an extent, perhaps, since it seems that the beastmen were granted intelligence, and a lot of the imagery of them being, well, shackled. Basically, all of the imagery of them here is them being shackled by gold. It's quite likely that the Greater Will may have granted them intelligence so they could serve as some kind of servant-slave caste for the dragons. An actual servitor race. And also, it seems that the Elden Ring in this time had a lot more pieces that were not a part of the Elden Ring even when Marika removed the Rune of Death. So it's quite likely that the laws of physics and stuff, the rules of the universe, were a bit different. Perhaps even time was quite a bit more malleable, which maybe explains why Azula is able to exist in the way it does. It's because of timey-wimey rules that don't exist anymore. Who can say for certain? Yes, I know about using the needle here. We're going to wait to do that. Smotown believes that the ancient dragons like Placidusax were created by the Greater Will for its primal order, giving the beastmen knowledge so they would serve and build for the dragons. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Now let's see here. Dragon King's Cragblade. Oh my god, I can use this. Amazing. Piercing gravelstone sword containing primeval lightning. A portion of the Dragon Lord's power, gained from a remembrance. This weapon commands great power over the paltry, mortal dragons of today. And yeah, it has the thundercloud form, which is really cool. It is the coolest weapon art in the game. And then we have Placidusax's Ruin. Power gleaned from the remembrance of Dragon Lord Placidusax. Transforms caster into the Dragon Lord to spew golden breath from above. Oh right, I should mention, not even the other ancient dragons breathe gold. He literally breathes gold. I could duplicate the remembrance. We could get both. Why not? I mean, I don't have the stats to use this, obviously, but I don't see why not. Look at this one first. Yeah, the dragons of today are paltry. You know, those dragons that get worshipped as, like, minor deities of fucking paltry creatures. Shit tier. But the age of the dragons is long past. Oh yeah, did I finish the description for... Ah, shit. I didn't finish reading the description. Hold on, I gotta rewind the stream. Yeah. These are the dying wails of the Dragon Lord who once dwelled beyond time. Okay, we use his dying wails as an incantation. His death scream. His death knell. Why was Grandsack so large? I don't know. He ate his greens. He ate his Wheaties. I need to buy some Smithstone ones, it seems. What do we have here? What do we got? I see, I see. Well, that's not a big deal. Probably not going to use that sword much anyway, because we got other shit we want to use, but I digress. Here. Huh? Huh. Grandsax was like cave, eating only spinach. Yeah, exactly. He ate his Wheaties. That's why he got so big. He listened to his parents, and he ate a healthy, balanced diet. The dragon god is a 10-headed Placidusax that's the size of Grandsax. It can also use waterfall. Of course it can. That only makes sense. We'll show this thing off a little. It's pretty cool looking. Why don't we go do a duplication? Did we already do the one down over here? I can't remember. Let's find out. Yeah, I know the Somber Smithing 3 is over there. I know. We didn't get it! Yay! Now this actually makes sense to use on horseback, because, you know, it's like a lance. It's a thrusting weapon. Usually that's what you use for jousting. Man, that looks like shit, doesn't it? Jesus. Bird from Risk of Rain 2 uses Judgment Cup. That's good to know. Oh, each head does a different damage type. Oh my fuck. It is just like Tiamat. I mean, that would make sense. Tiamat's the dragon goddess. Take a nap? You taking a nap now, buddy? Not quite yet, it seems. What about now? How about now? There we go. Takes a big nap. It's big sleepy time. We duplicate this one. Thanks, Chief. And these are here for no reason once again. Who are you exactly? Death, presumably. That's why you look like shit. However, Death in this universe was a pretty cool looking guy. Now then. I believe we were gonna do a funny. Yes, we were gonna do something fucking hilarious. Wait, I gotta get that 3. This is literally Australia. I've said this before, I'll say it again, this is literally Australia. The faith build time. The return. Wait, no, we never really did faith. What am I even talking about? How the fuck did I miss this? My god. Hey, we got 12 people in here. If you just tapped in and you haven't already, hit that like button. How many likes are we at so far? Let's find out. 9. We're pretty close to 10. Let's hit that shit, shall we? Get a DLC for Health, and I'd really like if we get Rosas as a boss, because he looks like the most typical Grim Reaper-like fella. That would be great. Hello, Dynactin, how you doing? You are essentially just in time. How did the number go up that quickly? That's amazing. Rosas as a powered-up Tibia Mariner would be funny. That would be fucking hilarious. Now, because it's the end of the game, we can do silly shit like this. Because it literally doesn't matter. Resource management is not a thing at this point. Should ride the tibia like a horse. That would be fucking hilarious. He's on a yacht made of bones. Have you ever played Ultra Kill? In which fucking Charon hangs out on a passenger liner because the times change. So we're at 8 faith right now, apparently. We gotta upgrade this shit. Amazing. Well, you know what that means. Gotta pay somebody a visit. But before that, how many of these do I have left? Oh, we're good. I have prepared spellcasting. Exodia is still on his first run through. How are you enjoying it? Oh, I guess I have to get Selin to fucking leave, don't I? Or did you just move her over? Selin, I think we have to turn you into a giant ball of faces. For my sake. For the sake of doing something hilarious. Just doing Fire Giant? Remember to aim for the foot and the hands in Phase 2. She's still here? Where, though? I think I have to go. Oh, there she is! You just pushed her over to the side?
From whence he hired.
Renala, get the fuck out of the center of the library. You're disturbing people.
My beloved
Go over here in the
egg
corner.
is with us. Come
That's
out.
fucking hilarious.
Is it time?
That is so silly. I doubt she enjoys being the ball. I seriously doubt that. Hello, Wicked Man. How you doing? You have good timing. It's 21 or 22. Which one did we need it to be? $21. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Renala. Now we can do whatever we want. So the Ashen Capital, that's a thing, right? Now, I want you to imagine for a moment, if you can, how unbearably fucking hot it must be here. Embers and ash can stay really hot for fucking ever. Like, for a really long time. There's apparently a few things here. There's at least 2 things here outside of Gideon. First, let's talk to this ghost man. Behold, the Erd Tree yet stands, tall and unwavering, mindless of the scorch of the flame of ruin. Ha 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 ha. Then we are yet golden ones. So that's all that matters. Our Erd Tree is immortal and eternal. Nothing can destroy it. And we are the people of the Erd Tree. So long as the Erd Tree yet stands, we are the golden ones. That's quite the thing to say when your entire civilization is being buried in ash around you. What the fuck is this? I literally just fell into this. Oh. Well, funny to be here again. Hello, gentlemen. I was wondering how we would get in here after, like, everything got fucking buried. Apparently we did not tank the fall. Yeah, jinxed. How sad. Yeah, this is fine. Look at this. Think of the cope going through this guy's ghost mind right now. Look at the capital. Look at the unassailable, impenetrable capital of Lanedale. Look at the fucking state it is in. Oh, the Erd Tree yet stands. We are yet golden ones. It's Ghost Cope, indeed. Now hold on, my fucking runes are still down here. Give me those. I want those back. Thank you. And then we go back up here again. I need to find where some certain fellows are. Some certain gentlemen. Oh, I can't use torrent here. I mean, that makes sense, I suppose. Kind of, maybe. You can get a unique talisman in that hole? Really? I know there is a talisman around here somewhere. Yeah, one of them is a gentleman. We must find him. I must find the Malding Priest. Where is he? Oh, there's an item here. Nice. Oh yeah, considering the bullshit we're gonna be dealing with momentarily, we might as well use this. A golden sunflower. Wait, how's this look? Pretty good. We got 15 people in here. If you guys just hopped in and you haven't already hit that like button, if all you do, we'll hit 15 likes immediately. And that would be cool. Do you think if the Omen saw this, they'd just go back in the sewers? Probably. I would. If I came outside and it looked like we were in the middle of a nuclear winter, I would go back inside. I feel like that's fairly common sense. How many of these are still here? It's basically just... yeah, just the underground shit that's still around. Where, oh where are you, my beloved ulcerated tree spirits? Where have you gone, my lovelies? Trolling Lando almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. Oh, fuck. Trolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. I feel like some of those guys might not realize what exactly a nuclear winter is. Or they do, and patrolling the Mojave just sucks that much dick. At least my boy Bach made it out. Where is my son? Where is Bach? So much ash? What do you think happens when you light the God tree on fire? What do you think happens when you light a tree the fucking size of Mount Everest on fire? To go to the Forbidden Lands and come back on foot? I see, I see. Very well. Then let us proceed. We get tree bark? I don't think that's how that works. Smokey the Bear is unhappy. Smokey the Bear is fucking fuming. Only you can prevent forest fires. I saw an insane billboard the other day. It was a Smokey the Bear billboard. Only you can prevent forest fires. But he was shirtless and buff. This is the kind of shit that you see when you go near the Hard Rock Casino. Look how far-reaching those branches are. Jesus Christ. Sometimes it is really hard just to comprehend how fucking gigantic the Erd Tree is. Hey man, are you just pretending everything's fine? Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Look at the bear's gonna beat my ass. Uh-oh, was the stream buffering there for a second? Wait, no, that seems to have been my end. Like, my stream window that I had pulled up. It was delayed. Corin's right on where Grand Sack Spear is. Thank you for telling me. That's very valuable information. Didn't they replace Smokey the Bear recently? Did they? Something about that feels sacrilegious. We used to be a real country once. Average day in Chirac. Sounds about right. Pardon me, gentlemen? How much do you think Morgott would be fucking fuming right now? Why are you patrolling? Your capital is literally covered in ash. What else are they supposed to do? They've been doing this for like 1,000 years. He's Vapey the Bear now? Ah, it all makes sense. How very woke of Smokey the Bear to start vaping. They don't want you to be a real man and smoke cigarettes. Morgoth is dying a second time in the afterlife at this? Probably. Favorite Smokey the Bear commercial is when he's doing a hip-hop commercial and realized it's cringe. He goes back to doing what he's good at. That's great. Okay, I think any buffering I'm seeing is just my window of the stream I have open. I know you guys would let me know if the stream was getting, like, interrupted and shit. I think my internet's a little slower so far this evening, but not super bad, like not super noticeably, so I think we're fine for the most part. So this is a thing. This is a sign that Miyazaki has an impeccable sense of humor, and that FromSoft knew exactly how people would feel about these fucking things. They knew 100%. Barely any speed up if I had 2 times stream, so no real delay for me. Interesting. Oh my fucking god, you fight them both at the same time? You guys damage each other, actually? Yes, you can. Now you see it's fine because this tree root is here. Never mind. I do not need Erdtree's favorite +2. I do not need Erdtree's favorite +2. Interesting how they have yellow breath. Well, they are Erdtree spirits. They are full of grace. That grace is on fucking fire right now, so. Ooh, we got 16 people in here. Very good, very nice. Just hopped in. Haven't already. Hit that like button. Let's see how big we can get that number for the end of the lore play. Just run past them and pick it up. I guess I could, but I don't care about it that much, so. I'm just holding the roll button. I'm holding circle. I wasn't trying to roll. Ah, the precious item. Gone! Forever! On groping Gideon, right? Yeah, because everyone insisted that I invade Gideon's personal space in like a really fucked up way. Where did you say Corin was? It's right around here, right? I know it'll be funny. I've seen it before. It is funny. Hello? Oh, that's just some guy. Don't think, so to speak, no fingers ahead. Oh my fucking god. Is he here if you offer him the tonic of forgetfulness? Because I heard that changes the ending to his quest line slightly. Oh, my gold-gilded roof. Why, yes, it's fucking essential that the shingles on my roof be gold-tinged. Coated in gold. Yeah, I offered him the tonic of forgetfulness because I was told it would, alter the end of his quest line or something. Oh yeah, I did want to show this off, didn't I? Hey guys, want to see a cool thing? He will not be here? I see. Do I still climb up Grand Sacks? I do love cool things. They're great. Is Gold Mask dead? He should be. Should be by now. I wonder how many, like, Elden Ring rip-off things we'll have in the next few years. That should be quite amusing to think about. Tried, you cannot. We'll see about that. You're probably right, though. It's back where you saw him last? Saw him last in the mountaintops. You mean he's by the Colosseum? Now we're cooking. Will always be at least 2 Solus Tripe open world games unveiled at TJ, which everyone forgets about immediately afterwards. Yeah, I forget most shit that gets revealed at the Game Awards. I actually forget most game reveals in general. People talk about fighting prime versions of demigods like Godwin. I'd find it interesting to fight Ronnie pre-Puppet. Yeah, I was wondering about that because, who was it? Sekiro Doobie shared HD images of the Ranala family. So, you know, Ranala, Radagon, not Radagon, Radon, Rykard, and Ronnie. I was like, whoa, what's with the Ronnie image? Because we thought it was like a remembrance. I mean, there's a Ronnie boss fight in the DLC? No. It's just the Age of Stars ending achievement image. A cane sword. Beloved sword of an aged knight whose last quest was long behind him, repurposed into a walking stick. The tip is rather worn. Though bent of back and without the brawn required even to raise the sword aloft, still he wished to meet his end with weapon in hand. What a mad lad. Those are the best old people. Yeah, definitely some Bloodborne vibes. Oh, these guys are here. I just noticed the envoys are gone. I never thought about that. The envoys leave when you set the Erd Tree on fire. They're like, nah, fuck this shit, man. It's over. You see a lot of the Erd Tree roots have fallen off now. They're gone. So you can't get up there anymore. What? Ah, the Starfist. An incredible weapon. Truly remarkable. Yeah, it's a thing that exists, I guess. So he's in the Stargazer's ruin? Shit. Look down? He's down here? Oh wait, you mean he's down there. I see. Hey guys, you got to appear in a cutscene, don't you feel great? These are the guys that show up in the Dust and Death cutscene. More down? Oh wow, it goes more down. That's crazy. Boy, how the fuck do we get down there? I see the Miranda now. How the fuck do we get down there? Jump on the Miranda flower. Alright, I'll take your word for it. Jumping ahead. If you insist, good sir. Nice, nice. Are you gonna do frenzy? No, just play. One moment, sir. Miranda flower, the Elden trampoline. Hey man, that is quite the mending rune right there, my friend. Still T-posing even in death. Mending rune of perfect order. Didn't get the despair one, cause gotta save my boy Bogart. Won't let shit happen to him. Rune discovered by the Noble Gold Mask. Used to restore the fractured Elden Ring when brandished by the Elden Lord. A rune of transcendental ideology which will attempt to perfect the Golden Order. The current imperfection of the Golden Order, or instability of ideology, can be blamed upon the fickleness of the gods no better than men. That is the fly in the ointment. So the issue with the Golden Order is that Marika and Radagon are full of shit. They're selfish and they're flawed. The laws of the universe should not be flawed. So, we'll fix them. Oh, does Gold Mask have his set here? Or? Likely distracted. Teach your head, therefore behold order. Of course. I also would have sworn I get his set here. Hold on, let's test something out. Yeah, reload for the set. That's what I figured. Well, I like Gold Mask a lot more now than I did before, because now I understand he's actually like a fucking philosopher. A mathematician philosopher. Thank you. Gold masks, rags, bracelets, gold waist wrap. Where's his mask? Where's the gold mask? Gold masks, rags. Worn rags that just barely cover the body. Lord Goldmask felt no draw to the vain excesses of clothing. What use is finery to one who seeks greater brilliance? I mean, that's fair. If you just care about enlightenment, you're probably not going to give a shit about wearing clothes. And where's Corin? I want to meet his bitch ass. I want to laugh at him one last time. Yeah, I don't know why the mask is separate. That's kind of silly. That's kind of dumb. But if you don't offer Corin the tonic, doesn't he basically kill Goldmask? Because Goldmask was being heretical, and he didn't accept the perfection of the Golden Order as it was. Oh, how can it be imperfect? It's the laws of our universe. Shut up, Corin. You are blinded by faith. Oh, there's a different description for the bracelets, too. He goes on saying Gold Mask is insane. That's very funny. Gold bracelets. Bracelets made in the image of Erd Tree branches. Minimal adornments made by Gold Mask's disciples. Those disciples have long since left him. So everyone was like, this dude's way too esoteric. I don't fucking understand him. I don't get it. Well, the genius are often called insane. Just because someone knows more than others, they often seem out of touch with reality. When in truth, they are more in touch than anyone else. Where the fuck is his mask? What ledger are you talking about? Coming from the side, some broken bridge. Okay. Alright. I got you. He was heretical doesn't mean he was wrong. Of course not. Who gives a shit about being heretical? Oh. Haha! I live. Shit. Hello, warm face. Don't mind me. Bruh. Goldmask wasn't loyal to the Golden Order as it was, he was loyal to the idea of the Golden Order. Whereas Corin is loyal to the Golden Order as it is. A radiant gold mask. A mask designed to resemble a blazing golden halo. Created and left behind by Lord Goldmask, a staunch pursuer of Golden Order fundamentalism. Strengthens Golden Order incantations. Its striking design represents both the brilliant inspiration that once shone upon him, and the vision of a ring that he will surely find at the end of his pursuit. To you who seek to shine as I do, wear it well. The only words of Goldmask. Wear it well. I'm not wearing this. Unless we're gonna go full kooky crazy shit. If we're just going fucking nuts, so, you know? Yeah, his only words are cool, that's true. Gold mask. What was that fucking... My child will bring about the age of the stars. And then it's just gold mask. This is fucking Demon Ronnie and Chad Jesus gold mask. I'm doing a faith build when I get a proper fan so I can wear the scrungy mask. Well, Golden Order fundamentalists, their incantations use faith and intelligence. Because, yeah, it's faith, but it also deals in, like, mathematics and shit. You know, it deals with the fucking law of regression and stuff. Corn's up on the bridge where you saw him last. Still? This fucking guy, I swear to God. Goran, I'm gonna beat your ass. Oh, we got 18 people in here now. God damn. If you guys just hopped in, haven't already hit that like button. I don't think he was here. He was at the other one, right? I think. Oh fuck, there's so many bridges here. I can't remember which one. Yeah, Corrin doesn't have the mathematical skills to understand Gold Mask's brilliance. He's too bad at geometry. He's so real for that, by the way. We're getting a lot of people in here right now. I mean, it makes sense. When you slap finale on something, people are going to show up. They know the big event's waiting for us. Should be on my map, but I do not see him. Chad's son versus the Virgin neck brace. Couldn't handle it. Ronnie fans lack the intelligence. That is a bold claim, my friend. You're calling out a pretty large, powerful group of people. Goran, what the fuck are you doing?
Master? Where did you go? I'm right
How did
here.
you not notice that he
Please
left?
Show me. Your finger, your rhythms and calculus. Let me document the motions. Master. Master, where did you go?
He left your bitch ass, because you lost faith.
I'm right here. Your finger. Let me Master.
Should I kill
Where
him?
did you go?
Is there anything else to really do with him at this point? What? Hey, Corrin. You're like an exile. Oh, reload? Damn, I was about to do something really funny. But I suppose we'll save it. We'll only do it one time for maximum funny. What do you know? Guess he's dead. Corrin's robe. Robe of Corrin the Cleric. Even after exile, Corrin refused to recant his prophecies, and for this, he was blessed with the guidance of grace. So because he saw, yeah, the Erd Tree's going to be lit aflame, the Greater Will was like, you understand. That has to happen. Come here. I'm the real bell-bearing hunter, goddamn. Apparently. That's why Elemer fights us. We're his rival. We're competing in the same business. Since then, The cartwheel draped on his neck has served as a reminder that true guidance awaits those with iron wills, those with unwavering faith. So that's why you didn't believe in Gold Mask. You thought that you couldn't. You fool. Oh yeah, you notice how some of the branches of the Erd tree have started to fall off? Well, we noticed that earlier, but like the big branches are falling off. That's gonna crush an entire township, at least. Yeah, he has a very weak mindset. He's very low T, I'm afraid. Or, you know, he was. Yeah, I should have believed in the Dung Eater. Ho 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 ho. Anyway, once again, we go back to the Ashen Capital. Because now... Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to get to the final three. If we are to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord, there yet remains contenders. Those who would also wish to become lords. Oh shit, is this what I think it is? Hey, the East Capital Rampart. Bach! My boy!
Bok the seamster, at your service.
Oh, you just
master.
don't give a shit about anything
Ready
that's going
to make
on, do you?
adjustments to your garments.
Bach? I get a terrible feeling from this dialogue prompt. This gives me really bad vibes. Yeah, Corrin's dialogue for the other ending of the Gold Mask quest line. Seeking to supplant... Oh, it's you. I've finally come to understand. The Master was nothing more than a madman. Enchanted by a vain and ruinous delusion, he rejected the perfection of the Golden Order. Seeking to supplant our glorious faith with his own. Could there be a more pitiable comedy? Look at it. The culmination of perfection, burning before our very eyes. So he goes insane.
Oh,
isn't that nice?
Please.
I called him beautiful earlier, but I'll call him beautiful as many times as he wants. Bach. You are beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Bok the sea ready to make... Master, my apologies. Your wardrobe includes the garb of the old demigods, and I'm afraid I can't make adjustments to them.
Oh, fuck.
My mum told me once that a royal seamster would do them up in a jiffy. Just wait, Master.
Oh, he was just concerned about the
Before
clothes.
long, I'll be that good too.
I'll just give you the golden needle, it's fine.
Is that a gift from my undeserving self? Thank you kindly. But what on earth could it... Oh, what amazing. I've never seen a golden needle. Not in all my life. With a spectacular royal crest to boot. Are you certain that this is for me?
Yes.
I can
You deserve
hardly
it.
believe it. Have faith in me, Master. I'll polish my craft enough that I deserve this golden gift. I'll be the golden seamster, Bok. Now
Bok
I'll
the
be able
golden.
to sew anything, even the threads of the demigods.
I'm not doing the favor. No. Surely she'd be happy for you?
Do you think that Mum would be pleased if she knew that I'm as good as any royal seamster now?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's still not enough. I need to learn how to sew from scratch like her. Oh,
No favors.
going so soon? Please do be safe on your journeys.
Yeah, Bach's making a Elden Ring too. That's basically one happy quest line. Don't do the extra parts, and he'll be fine. It'll be all good. Bach gets a happy ending if you don't do him any favors. Just say, no, you are not going to Renala. You are beautiful. So who do we got for happy endings? You know, we've got a few people with us. A few of our champs. You should not have given him the tear. It's a travesty. But we have saved him this time. We've got Nefeli, our vassal. Future vassal, I guess. We've got Raya, who's gone on a journey of self-discovery. We saved Blackguard from Dung Eater, so he's just chilling and eating prawn and crab. I don't think any really had a happy ending. Would not call it that. Bach gets a happy ending. Ronnie, on her own, kind of gets one. Alexander was pretty satisfied, and Jar Baron gets to go off on his own adventure. All in all, I'd say it's a pretty solid deal. But there is one motherfucker left that we have to deal with. One man who seems to have come closest to being Elden Lord in our time. Let me make sure I understand how this works. Gotcha. A man who knows a lot. Too much.
Ah, I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. It's a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take the throne. Queen Marika has upheld us. Continue to struggle unto eternity. I move in my bones. A tarnished cannot become a lord. Not even you. A man cannot kill a god.
That is insanely funny. So, you didn't get to see it, but Gideon has an interesting mechanic where he has like several spells that he uses by default, but he gets more depending on the demigods that you kill. You kill Rykard, he gets Rykard's Rancor. You kill Moog, and you tell him about it, he gets Blood Boon. You find out about Mikola, he gets the Rings of Light. You tell him about Melania, he gets Scarlet Aeonia. It's cool. Yeah, it's funny he continued to talk during all of that. Scepter of the All-Knowing and the All-Knowing set. I did not realize I hit that button there. Yeah, I got very intimate with Gideon. He couldn't even last 30 seconds. Couldn't handle that frenzy buildup. And thus we never need it again. Never. Simply no need. Why did Gideon want to kill you? 'Cause he's an asshole. Scepter of the All-Knowing. Where is it? Well, to be more accurate to say he got kind of mind broken there. And not by us. Despite appearances. That tarnished gosh gonna send me into frenzy. Here it is. Scepter of the All-Knowing. Scepter in the form of a hand grasping a pearl. Signature weapon of Sir Gideon Ofnir the All-Knowing. Pearl stands for the world, the heavens, and an eye, representing the many forms of knowledge, never fully attainable. Even knowing that, the All-Knowing's hand grasps for it. So, Gideon's whole thing is he wants to be all-knowing. He wants to know everything that he can, but the pursuit of knowledge is never-ending. It is not possible to know everything. There is no end to everything, because presumably things keep happening. There is no end of history. There will always be more things to learn, more things to know. Knowledge begins with the recognition of one's ignorance. I know that I do not know anything. The realization that the search for knowledge is unending. But when Gideon glimpsed into the will of Queen Marika, he shuddered in fear. At the end that should not be. So Gideon's whole thing was, oh yeah, I'm going to pursue knowledge. I want to become all-knowing. But you can never know everything, because there will always be more things to know. The pursuit of knowledge never ends. When he glimpsed into the will of Queen Marika, he saw that there was an end. That Marika, or perhaps Radigan's desire, was to indeed know everything. For there to be an end to knowledge. An end to history, maybe. An end to history kind of seems like it may be what Marika wants to an extent, because she's kind of gone fucking nuts. So Gideon saw that. That was his madness moment. That was him looking beyond the curtain, past the veil, into the truth beyond the placid sea of infinity. The eldritch truth he discovered within the God's will. That there was an end to knowledge. He is returned. The Lord has returned at long last, our very first Lord, to brandish the Elden Ring once more. What would Gideon's age have been like if he were to become Elden Lord? Well, I imagine, considering as far as we can tell he didn't get any mending runes, it would basically be the Age of Fracture. Everything pretty much remains the same, I guess. But Gideon's in charge, and he uses his newfound Elden Lord power to go and acquire even more knowledge than before. It would probably not change much. Very little would be altered in Gideon's Age of Knowledge, because it would be knowledge for himself. He turns the lands between into a mega library, but it's all for him. No one else gets a library card. Erdtree Heal, which I do believe has the same description as... yeah. So, because we are here as the vessel of the Frenzied Flame, as the Lord of Frenzy, a certain someone shows up to help us, I think. Even though we killed his bitch ass. Oh, maybe he doesn't because we killed his bitch ass. Maybe he doesn't. Hold on. Maybe he didn't like that. Doesn't really matter anyway. No funny chaos, man? How sad. Oh well. I hate to burst your bubble, perhaps, but there's no way in hell I'm summoning for this fight. I'm not doing it. Do I want to use this for it? But I love Health and Steeple. Well, if you're going to be difficult, Shibriri, then we're going to have a bit of a problem. We're going to have a bit of an issue, my friend. You see, you're the one responsible for the Great Caravan being persecuted falsely for worshipping the Frenzied Flame. You're responsible for them being buried beneath Lanedell and suffering for eternity, and all of their surviving relatives being forced into nomadic exile away from society, being hunted down by Elimer and the other agents of the Erdtree. You're responsible for destroying Vike, who as far as we could tell was a pretty good person. And you really fucked over Hyetta to an extent, didn't you? Oh, and you did defile my friend Yura's corpse. Shaburi? You lose. Goodbye, frenzied flame. Goodbye, anguish of the great caravan. Cast out into the storm beyond time, never to return. Thus, we have defied fate through the power of Mikola, most fearsome of the Empyreans, because he discovered a way to reject the power of the outer gods and to defy fate itself, the ultimate power of the cosmos. All that will remain is perfect order. No chaos. Get chaos out of here. Fuck your nihilist bullshit. We here are big advocates of good old-fashioned perfect order. The Golden Order is not a bad idea. Just the issue with it is it's gods. They suck. So we should institute perhaps some kind of perfect order. That would maybe fix a few things. Oh, excellent, it's nighttime. Yeah, best way to refute a nihilist is by beating the shit out of them. Neo, I see you're trying to not get in trouble with YouTube. Apparently the best way to disprove a nihilist is to just kill them. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. It's time for us to face the last contender. There is yet one more person who would wish to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. Our very first Lord returned to brandish the Elden Ring once more. There are a lot of details to appreciate here. Quite a few, as a matter of fact.
It's been a long while, Morgoth.
Now, first off, do you think Godfrey really cared about his children? To what extent, maybe? This seems pretty caring. But is that just because he's calmed down by Sarash? Look, the guidance of grace leads
Long
Godfrey
and hard
to
didst
us.
thou fight,
We are Godfrey's boss fight.
tarnished warrior, spurned by the grace of gold. Be assured, the Elden Ring resteth close at hand.
He's back with the milk. He is returned.
Alas, I am returned.
So notice how he talks about this here. You did a good job, but I'm back.
To be granted audience once more.
And I'm Godfrey. So I'm entitled to be Elden Lord again. Also, the Stomp.
Upon my name as Godfrey,
Music drop on his name.
the first Elden Lord.
So, there are several things. God, there's so much I want to talk about with Godfrey because he's just such a fucking interesting character. If you watched the tier list stream, You know, I have him ranked as the best boss of this game, and I don't give a shit how many times he kills us, because he's the best, so I want to keep fighting him, really. I don't have any issues with fighting him as many times as I have to. Let's see, can I clear my mind and think? Yeah, he seems to be talking from, like, a position of entitlement. Yeah, I'm Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, so I'm gonna be Elden Lord again. Tough shit. Do you think... This is something interesting. A lot of people talk about Sarash just being the limiter... Oh, I already mentioned the Grace, the Guidance of Grace coming from Morgoth's corpse, yeah. I mean, that's just showing him being fully accepted by the Erdtree. He is no longer just Grace given to become Grace itself. I think that shows he has been fully absorbed by the Erdtree now, which, like, good for him, I guess. Doesn't seem like the best thing ever, but it would be wanted, so who are we to deny him that? Oh, this. Pure strength. No magic. I suppose it'll be easier for me to collect my thoughts when we're not fighting him. People seem to generally only think of Sarash as the power limiter. You know? As the thing limiting Godfrey's bloodlust. But I don't think enough people take into consideration that he is called the Beast Regent Sarash. He is his advisor. And that Sarash was known as the Lord of Beasts. Godfrey was a ferocious warrior. When he vowed to become a lord, he took the Beast Regent Sarash upon his back to suppress the ceaseless lust for battle that raged within. Godfrey was not fit to be a lord. He did not have the disposition to be one. But he needed the Beast Regent Sarash as his advisor. I don't think he was only repressing his bloodlust. I think he was also giving him advice on how to be a lord. He was basically telling him what to do. Which means either Sarash speaks English or Godfrey understands Lion. It's one of those two. It's one of those. What was the other detail I liked? Oh yeah, of course his axe is broken because, you know, he was fighting out in the Long March and his axe broke and then he was just like, whatever. Okay. He just keeps fucking using it. It's great. The last thing of note, the difference between the Lord's Apparition theme and Godfrey's actual theme. So, of course, the difference between the golden, perfect apparition of Godfrey and actual Godfrey, the Lord's Apparition theme has a lot more of the choir going on. It sounds a lot more divine, sounds like some church shit. Whereas this one, you know, it's a lot more like a battle theme. You know, feels a lot more combative. I don't know. What does it have more? It has more brass in it, I think. It sounds heavier. It sounds like the theme of a warrior as opposed to some sort of divine entity. We'll get into that, haven't we? So it's an interesting contrast between the perception of Godfrey and how Godfrey actually is. Could you imagine how idealized Godfrey is in the modern age? Can you imagine it? Oh, Godfrey the Golden, the first Elden Lord, the progenitor of the Golden lineage. They probably think he was some kind of fucking saint. They don't know that his crown was warranted with strength. Oh, Fine is here. Hello. He's quacking a lot. I guess I'll use this. Though I preferred not to. Why is Fine Petito quacking? I don't get the reference. Neve, do you get it? Is Fine incredibly sleep deprived? Actually, he must be. It's like 5 in the morning. Oh, he saw a funny video, I see. We got 17 people in here. Beautiful. If you guys just hopped in, haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the stream for all of this sick shit. So, I think mechanically, Godfrey's comparable to Moog, but he has way more story significance and a lot more of a personal impact on the player. Thus, he gets elevated above Moog. And I think he does have a bit more spectacle in his own way. Which, you know, of course, we're gonna get to see firsthand. Let's test this thing out a little bit. Godfrey the Axe Saint. You say that, but honestly, the axe isn't really his primary weapon, is it? Chilled, how often do you stay up till 5 in the morning? I'm vaguely concerned for like your sleep schedule and shit. Oh, that's not bad. Not great either, like it's alright. This is nowhere near as satisfying as using my fucking sword. Yeah, now Godfrey the Wrestling Saint, that would be a bit more accurate. E-Code Man, it is 4:36 where he is right now. Jesus Christ. Who had 5 a.m.? I think it's 5 a.m. where fine is, because he lives in Germany. It may not quite be 5, but it's like early as sin. It's fucking like... It's like 3:30 in the morning for him. It's like 3:30. Something ridiculous. Yeah, 3:36. We should give Godfrey a Cestus. He doesn't need it. That would just hold him back. The Cestus is weaker than his fist. And we have Serenity, who lives on the west coast, so it's actually earlier for them than it is for me. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need any of this shit, to be fair. Yeah, and Tater lives Central Time, so he's an hour earlier than me. Ooh! Have I ever mentioned how much I love that the jump mechanic is actually implemented in this fight, when it just kind of isn't important to most of the boss fights, when it's one of the most significant mechanical inclusions in this game? My god, to stagger Godfrey. You notice Siraj has literally bitten into his shoulder? I think he's like a fucking shock collar. Basically, Godfrey, no, don't think about roid raging out. Don't do it. Don't you dare. Okay. Chilled, that's just psychotic. To be fair, Godfrey is kind of psychotic, but like, in a cool way. I mean, I did originally think he was gonna skin him and wear his cloak like fucking Hercules or something. Because he's certainly a Herculean figure, you know? Ow. Ow. Oh, you know what I just realized he uses when he roars? He literally uses the Roar Ash of War, which makes your attack stronger. A ghost pelt would be beastly? Yes, it would. I wonder if I've already thought about putting that in my game character before you mentioned it. I agree. 100%. Yeah, just, he slams his axe into the ground and just stomps on it so hard it causes fucking fissures. So, Godfrey, as a lord, cannot defeat us. We're better. We're more fit to be a lord. Because we're stronger than him the way he is. Now, Siraj materializes, because I guess he could just turn into a ghost if he wants. I want you to notice Their armor is very similar.
Thou didst me good service, Siraj.
Now, he didn't really have time to do this. You could chalk this up to some kind of convenience. But Godfrey's weapon and armor disappear when he kills Siraj. On a fundamental level, even his shoes change. His armor and his axe were created by Siraj. They were Siraj. Siraj is his fucking Zanpakuto spirit. Second, why did he kill him instead of just ask him to leave?
I've given thee courtesy enough.
Alright, I was a little bit too presumptive. So, Horalu recognizes, hey, I don't have a right to be here. After all, a crown is warranted with strength.
Now I fight as Horalu. Warrior!
I'm not the Elden Lord. I'm not the first Elden Lord. I'm just a warrior, just like you. So let's fucking fight to see who is the strongest and who deserves the crown the most. I fucking love that kick. I feel like that kick doesn't get talked about enough. Everyone's like, yeah, the body slam. It's fucking ridiculous. Why did he kill Siraj instead of just have him get off like he presumably did when he was chieftain of the Badlands? I think it's more than just, I don't need you right now. It's, I don't need you anymore. In fact, I don't want you to be holding me back ever again. Fucking God. Oh yeah, I remember my reaction to the body slam. Speaking of, you gotta take it at least once. I mean, come on. Look at this guy. Indeed, Godfrey, indeed. Fuck, I was worried I was gonna beat him my first try or something. I fought him with my strength build character like a week ago, and I beat him first try. So I was wondering if I'd be able to do that this time. I'm glad that I haven't. Because, you know, he's so fucking fun. Why would I want to beat him first try? I want to take my time with this guy. He's a fucking blast. I think the killing of Siraj, it's also, you know, he's hyped up. He's hyped as shit. But Siraj was put there because Marika was like, you need to be put in restraints. You need to be kept in line. I need you to be befitting of a lord. So yes, your whole blood-mad barbarian thing really gets me going. Marika, you know, had some serious barbarian fever, but government officials got to do what government officials do. So he's got to be kept in check. Now, Marika's effectively a vegetable. Right? Who the fuck is going to tell him what to do anymore? When Godfrey becomes the third Elden Lord, no one is going to be controlling him anymore. Back during his time, everyone was strong as shit. Your titles, your position, those things were warranted with strength. Within some parameters set by Marika. But now, Marika will not be controlling him anymore, and Siraj will not be holding him back anymore. Now, Horalu, the third Elden Lord, would be able to do whatever he wants. I also imagine, you know, you may think Godfrey's just, you know, he's been through a lot of shit. Hello, Clover, welcome. I'm glad you're here. We're having a blast. Do you like the Godfrey fight? I'm curious. I don't remember if you shared your opinion on it. He's very reserved with his reaction to Morgoth's death, but not just Morgoth's death. Godwyn's been turned into a parasitic tree root. His other son, well, I don't think he knows what's going on with Moog, but like his entire bloodline is dead. His city is burned down. Yeah, you close it. I don't think I remember if you ever talked about whether or not you like the Godfrey fight. I know you don't like fighting Morrow, which makes me big sad. It's not just Godfrey's hype for fighting us. I think it's also him being really fucking pissed off about everything is being held back by Siraj. So when he kills Siraj, he's able to let his emotions fully fuel him. I should get out of this corner. God, this fight has such a fucking good flow. Seriously, any people that say this game doesn't have good bosses, that the bosses are bad, especially if anyone says Godfrey is a bad boss, I cannot take them seriously. I'm sorry. You just weren't trying to play the fucking game. Yeah, Siraj could be limiting his ability to feel passion in general, I suppose. That is a possibility. Yeah, he's biting into him. He's like a shock collar. It's like, no, Godfrey, calm down a little. Don't go fucking apeshit. We need to keep you in check a bit. I think he's fun. I like his fast-pacedness, though kind of annoying in some parts. Which parts, might I ask? The swing, maybe? Stomp? His, like, attack flurry in Phase 2? Oh yeah, Godfrey and Radigan are both good. They're both very good. Let's let this play again. You know, it's like Malekith's thing. Just let it go. Yeah, look. Their armor is quite similar. Siraj has literally draped Godfrey in the charade of being a lord. He's put this illusion over Godfrey of being a lord. Whereas underneath the entire time, he's still been wearing his barbarian clothing. He's been dressed like this the entire time that he's been the Elden Lord. It might be a factor in why America sent him away. Even restrained, Godfrey couldn't be the lord she wanted him to be. He was the lord she wanted him to be for the time, for destroying the enemies of the Erd Tree so that its age could come into being. But once we needed a peacetime, Godfrey wasn't fit for the job.
I've given thee courtesy enough.
Godfrey is like an insane Chad compared to Radigan. There are two types of husbands. The Chad jock boomer and the sociopathic twink.
Now I fight as Horalu. Warrior!
Siraj means angel, by the way. Oh, so Neve was right. He is literally the angel on Godfrey's shoulder telling him to fucking behave. That's incredible. Godfrey moved to the Midwest. It makes... Oh, the shoulder crank. He's so fucking good, man. Like, Jesus Christ. His roar, his lung capacity is so powerful that it knocks us off our feet. Ah, the stomps. Look at that fucking crank. Jesus Christ. So before, he was like stomping and smashing his axe into the ground for those shockwaves. Now he's just smashing his fucking hands into the ground so hard. And I love that charge. Do you know why I love that charge? I've seen some people don't like it because he slows down in the air and it's unrealistic. What it does, I love that kick. Oh, yeah, the leg sweep. Oh, fuck. All of his moves are so fucking good, dude. Oh my... A hammer fist. Jesus Christ. It's just all wrestling moves. It's all wrestling moves. What was I talking about? Shit. Fuck, I forgot. Oh, right, the charge. The charge. It adds weight to it. You can feel... This is a 12-foot tall man who is like 1,000 pounds of muscle barreling towards him. Godfrey, do the big exaggerated stomps. I love those. Do them. Fucking hammer fist. My... oh my god. Oh, I love this fight. Yeah. Godfrey clears the Bible. Oh, whew. That fucking... my god. He's just... You were right earlier, Neve. The Horalu theme is really weighty. It is just kind of timed perfectly with all of his moves in the fight. He just starts fucking clawing you with his bare hands! He is an animal! And, oh, the slide! The drift! Oh, it's magical. Oh! Please, Horalu, have mercy. Oh my fucking god. Someone get out the KY jelly. We haven't gotten strong enough yet. Oh my god. I think that run there was just the most fun I've ever had fighting Godfrey. He is fucking phenomenal. He is just so good. He is, in terms of mechanical satisfaction to fight, he is comparable to Moog, but he just has so much more impact. Because Moog is a guy who has like shadow influence. His presence throughout the game is in the background. He's lurking in the dark places of the world. Godfrey is a guy that you hear about from very early on, and you see his influence throughout the game. Excuse me. Pardon me. Ugh. So naturally when you meet him, and then, you know, the beats of the fight. Another thing about Godfrey. Almost every boss we ever encounter in these games is someone who's just there. We're going to their little lair or whatever where they live. Godfrey just showed up here. He just got here. He has been on a journey as well. He feels like a competitor to us. He is one of the few people who has also been traveling throughout the lands between, like, us. We don't know what he's been doing exactly. I like to think the reason he just got here is because he was like a butterfly swimming across the ocean to get here and then just climbed up the cliff sides and the Altus Plateau and the walls of Lanedale with his bare hands. Yeah, he swam across the ocean and climbed up Altus. Gives nameless feelings. I've seen him described by at least one person as Champion Gundyr if literally every aspect of him was made even better. Like, everything he does is just so fucking heavy. There's so much weight to everything that Godfrey does. But he just has so much significance as a character compared to Gundyr and then compared to Moog that, like, he just has to be the best. You know what else we should have known when they revealed the Godfrey arc back in, like, that Game Informer issue or something? We all should have known, yeah, this guy's the best boss. He's gonna be the best fucking boss in the game. Not just, oh, this guy's 100% a boss fight. Was that a hit trade? Yeah, he was definitely proud of Morgott, to at least some extent. You know, for him to keep fighting for as long as he did, even though he was an outcast and ostracized and hated. And not even acknowledged by most people. I'm never skipping this cutscene.
Good service, Siraj.
Yeah, what did Neve say earlier about the music? As someone who finds the music very important in media or is monumental, I'd be curious to know what your favorite Elden Ring tracks are. Obviously, Phase 2 of Godfrey is up there. It would be funny if Sirach just had little tiny legs holding him up there. Like, he's not missing his lower half, his legs are just so tiny. Also, I really like that Sirach's arm moves here. It seemed... I couldn't tell if it's moving in tandem with him or if it's just him brushing it off.
I've given thee courtesy enough.
Oh yeah, some people propose that Godfrey was the first person to do grafting because Sirach was technically grafted to him. I'm not quite sure if I would agree with that, but it does seem very similar to grafting. And it would make sense that, like, Godfrey and Godric would get their inspiration from that.
Now I fight as Horalu.
It's a very cheesy line delivery, but, like, it's perfect. You know? These games have, like, a certain level of camp to them, and I think that... I love that leg sweep! He never does that enough. This guy is a fucking martial artist. Let's go, Horalu. Oh, shit. I was not prepared for that delay. I was not ready. Godfrey would probably hate the shit out of Godric. Oh, right. So, some interesting things. One, I like how much Godric had to add on to himself to try and emulate Godfrey's strength, only to be, like, incomparable to him. Like, he is nothing compared to Godfrey, even after all of the grafting. 2, Godric had to acquire strength by adding on to himself, by taking strength from other people. Godfrey has become his strongest by getting rid of Sirach, by getting rid of something, by getting rid of someone else. He becomes his true self and becomes as powerful as he can be. Good. Was a little early on that one. Don't ask me how I dodged that. I don't know. Didn't catch that dynamic. There's more to it. There was a, Sinclair Lore did a video recently about Radigan. It's really good. It's, like, really, really good. I'm gonna be talking about a lot of the stuff that they went over in it. Oh, how am I alive? A notable kind of theme with a lot of the characters in this game, notably the demigods, is that they rely on something. They need something. They are incomplete without it. Godric has to do grafting from other people. Renala just sort of coddles the egg and is broken without Radigan. Radahn needs Leonard and gravity magic to get around. Ranni needs her doll as a vessel. Rykard gave himself to Eagle for power. Morgott had to be given grace by the Erd Tree. Mohg was given power by the Formless Mother. Miquella was absolutely helpless without Malenia, needed to use the Halig Tree to break his curse. Malenia needed Miquella and his creations to survive, not to mention that he gave her purpose. Marika needs a consort, needed a different Elden Lord for each age to fit the needs for that age. And Radigan is in constant need of something to become the ideal that he wants to be the hero, the champion, the perfect person he wants to be. The only person who doesn't need anything is Godfrey. He is the only person that needs to get rid of something to become complete. He is the most thematically outstanding character in the game. The more you talk about Godfrey and analyze him, the more comfortably he clears the platform. My fucking god. So fun! Jesus Christ. Godfrey, I could fight you forever, man. I love you. In like a totally platonic way, you know? You won me over, Godfrey's Chad to the max. He's the best! He's the fucking shit. He's incredible. Now, Radigan is very interesting in his own right, and we're naturally going to talk about him a lot when we get to him. Man, I was wondering, I'm like, is this stream going to go on for 4 hours? Fuck yeah, it is. Fuck yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're 2 hours in. Last, like, what, 30 minutes have just been us fighting Godfrey? Oh, it's great. Godfrey is the old buff guy at the gym. You know, they really realized the old buff guys are, like, peak as shit. Not even buff guys, just old guys. You look at most people's list of best FromSoft bosses, and the vast majority of them are old men. They're fucking old guys. Godfrey deserves the title of Golden, goddamn. Yeah, I mean, he is the best. He is the shit. Maybe that's another reason Godfrey had to leave. Because he didn't need anything. And when someone needs something, you can use that something to, like, hold over their head and stuff. In Godfrey's case, what is there to control him with, really? There's nothing. There's nothing you can hold over the guy. Like, why did he accept to become Elden Lord? Well, you get to be Lord of the world. You get to be King of the universe. And also you get to fuck God. That's a pretty solid deal, if you ask me. So, like, if I have to calm the fuck down for, like, 1,000 years in order to get that kind of deal, I think I would take that, you know? Yeah, be afraid. Listen, we say this for literally every FromSoft game, because it's always true. Be wary of the old man in a profession where men die young. Because that guy knows what the fuck he's doing. I like Japan's, like, fascination with old people being really fucking cool. You know? You ever notice that? Like, there seems to be this thing where, like, the old man characters, or the old woman characters in Lady Butterfly's case, and there's probably like a couple other in anime, but I can't really think of any. It's usually the old guys, are just the fucking coolest. Like, they are just the absolute shit. I think it's something with, like, the wisdom of age, and also the idea that if you've been alive for this long, you must be incredibly competent. I saw someone on Twitter the other day talk about how, you know, stop making perverted old man characters. Just make them all raw as fuck. Just make them all really fucking cool. Enough of the perverted old man trope. Just make them a fucking badass. Just make them like this. Old men should never be taken lightly. Yeah, it's true, they respect their elders there, whereas we think old people are silly. But apparently not, because we're Westerners, and we're always like, this old guy is the fucking coolest. Godfrey had to go reinstate his gym membership on his way to the milk and cigarettes store. Came back, and shit's fucked. Godfrey is the dad that came. He is the milk. He is the milk.
I've given thee courtesy enough.
I'm gonna stop being polite. You ever get tired of being nice? You ever just want to go apeshit? Famous Discord emote, I am the milk. Yeah, I don't think we've seen that one in a while. But that's Godfrey. He is the milk. He's the big cheese.
Now I fight as Horaloo. Warrior!
Should probably talk a little bit about the lore. So yeah, you know, Godfrey, actually, we can talk about it when we get his remembrance, because that has lore in it. So why not? Ouch. I leave for 100 years and my wife is fucking a soulless redhead. What the fuck? My wife is also turned into said soulless redhead. I feel like this is some kind of weird niche porn tag. It would be really funny. Neve posted some art just a little while ago. Imagine if Godfrey actually like beat us full on and then got to Marika and Radigan and it was like, oh, this is weird, my ex-wife. Yes, that stomp! Oh man. I'm gonna give him a like he can't refuse. You're goddamn right. Look at this fucking guy, Griever. Look at this animal. Oh shit. Let's go, Godfrey! Or Horaloo. Am I technically dead naming you when I call you Godfrey? Some Castlevania monster right there. He is the monster. Let's go! Come on! You know, I've realized the reason I keep dying, and this is really funny, I'm not hitting him enough. I'm being too passive. It's an alias, all good. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, it's true. Godfrey is his username. Horaloo is his real name. I see. All makes sense. You're goddamn right it is, Godfrey. We have to get much higher. We haven't gotten strong enough yet. I love him as like a penultimate boss, because he's literally the last challenge just saying, are you strong enough to become Elden Lord? A crown is warranted with strength. You're not strong enough. You know what I should do? We're barely using mana in this. We're barely using it. Fully upgrade the Cestus for max enjoyment. That's a great idea. It's like calling him Mr. President. That's fair. That's true. 13. Full health. A free full health. I'm getting serious now, Godfrey. Yeah, Eek, it's activating that number. The schizophrenic pattern recognition. This is a better penultimate boss than Lothric and Lorien. I mean, I would say so, and I fucking adore Lothric and Lorien. I love the Twin Princes. But Godfrey, man. He's the man. He is the man. He is the ultimate human. You may not like it, but this is what the male form looks like at peak performance. Everyone was right, like fucking XQC and shit, where they're like, this is the Giga Chad. This is the guy. Oh yeah, I probably should two-hand my sword. That's a good idea. I didn't think of that. Here. I'm gonna use Kendo and two-hand my weapon now. Yeah, the Kenpachi moment. Oh, fuck. Apache would love Godfrey. Oh my god, he would fucking adore Godfrey. He's weak to Comet Azure. Every boss is weak to Comet Azure. It's like 3 final bosses in a row. Pretty much, yeah. You know, if you count Elden Beast as a separate final boss.
'Twas nobly fought.
You know, it's interesting that apparently the frenzy stuff doesn't really work on Godfrey. I think that's just kind of a mild oversight on the developer's part. Because it theoretically should, because Godfrey is a Tarnished. He is the first Tarnished. How long have we been fighting Godfrey now? Like an hour? Let's see, we started fighting him around hour 27 into the stream. Like 45 minutes. Not bad, not bad. Elden Beast would be better if it was like Moon Presence? Arguably, yeah. It would be nice if Elden Beast and Radigan were separate. Then I could confidently put Radigan, like, very high up on the boss list. On lists that separate him, I would. But you fight him as one entity. You don't get a one screen for Radigan. You get a transition cutscene into the second phase. Fucking love Radigan as a fight. I mean, Radigan is phenomenal. Should be able to ride Torrent in the Elden Beast fight. I agree. Ow. I'm getting sloppy now. I'm out of my rhythm. Hold on. I'm losing my flow. This is the second time now we've just lost in the first phase. And without really using any healing flasks. Radigan's technically in the Elden Beast fight anyway. Yeah, he technically is. He is technically in the fight, yeah. He is the sword. Torrent would make Elden Stars bearable? Yeah, I suppose. I heard Elden Stars got nerfed. Like they changed it a bit. I don't know to what extent, because I haven't fought Elden Beast in a bit. I think we will skip his cutscene this time, for the sake of time. Maybe wondering, Miss, why don't you just summon t-shirts? Because I don't want to. Hey Gracie, how you doing? Gracie, what do you think of the Godfrey fight? I must ask every person what they think of the Godfrey fight. We just were gushing about him like half an hour ago. I've already gone over like all of the really significant shit to say about him. So, like, kind of run out of stuff. We're now just fighting him. And appreciating how phenomenal he is. You haven't fought him yet? I see. See? He stomps and he slams his weapon into the ground. Whereas in phase 2, he just fucking smashes his hands into the ground. With so much force that it causes the shockwave. It's insane. You hate him hurting the kitten? I mean, that's fair. It is a bit of a dick move, but you do what you must to unleash the beast. We got 20 people in here now. When was the last time we had 20 people in here? You guys just hopped in. If you haven't already, hit that like button for this grand finale. Actually, you know what, in celebration of having so many people in here that we didn't before, hey, we're at 20 likes, beautiful. Can we get much higher? You'll do it if I win this attempt? Okay. If that's the case, we kind of have to now.
Thou didst me good service, Siraj.
Isn't it convenient that Godfrey himself censors Sirach's chest being torn open? Like, he literally just grabbed his arm and his face and just fucking pulled him apart. That's vicious as shit. That's insane. I guess he is, you know, who was it that said it earlier? I guess he is technically absorbing the runes from killing Sarash. That is what it looks like. He's the only guy that uses our mechanics. Because he's another Tarnish. It's great. We here at Mist Content say yes to killing animals if it powers you up. Yeah, he leveled up. You know what else I like? He doesn't use any magic. I mentioned this earlier, but like so many of the other bosses have some sort of extra magic power they use. Not Godfrey. Pure strength though.
Now I fight as Horalu. Warrior!
Horalu dumps into strength. Pure strength. Because a crown isn't warranted with dex. Hey, there we go. Finally. Not a bad start. Oh shit, already? Nice. Oh my fucking god, dude. Ow! Ow! God damn it. Well, I guess Playfree won't like the stream now. Son of a bitch. Yeah, he's a 30th level barbarian. No like for me. I am going to fall into a deep despair from which I never return. Playfree is so selfish. You're such a fickle man. Thanks, Godfrey. You're so mean to me, Playfree. At least the other channel member treats me right. They just always like the stream. I don't have to meet conditions for Gracie. Hey, you took the deal? I mean, that's true. But you could always be nice. Oh, what's another thing? I like... Yeah, now watch this be the attempt. Now that that happened. Now that we lost on that one, we're gonna beat him on this one. Because of course we are. Will this be the last time we see this cutscene? I hope you're not getting tired of it, people. I'm not.
That will be all. Thou didst me good service, Siraj.
Love that you're still on this boss fight. My dog just stole my steak, so I have to make a new one. I'm very sorry to hear that, Serenity. I'm very sorry to hear that. Well, I'm glad we're still here with Godfrey and friends to cheer you up. I don't know if you currently want to Horalu your dog right now. You might. I would if my dog ate my steak. I would want to do that. I'd be pissed as fuck. I love steak.
I've given thee courtesy enough.
I'd ask it what we think, how we think Godfrey likes his steak done, but we all know this man loves his meat very rare, extra rare. He eats it raw.
Now I fight as Horalu. Warrior!
Cooking meat? What are you, some kind of pussy? Played college ball, you know. Could have gone pro if I didn't become Elden Lord. But I'm not one of those beltway pansies. I could break the king consort in two with my bare hands. we'll learn about Mikola and Melania's shadowbound beasts in the DLC. That's a possibility. They're an interesting thing that we don't see, but I think it's very intentional that we don't see them, because they're so detached from the Golden Order and the Two Fingers. They probably killed him or something. Or sent him off to do some shit. Who knows? Hora wounds his own chest so he can use his salmonella blood to deal extra damage. Sounds about right. Ow. Nope. Oh, whoopsie. The man's lung capacity was without limit. Oh, fuck. Oh, motherfucker. I totally dodged that. Apparently not. Come on, do your flurry. Ah, fuck. Shit. I don't think they necessarily have the Shadowbound Beasts from birth, but it seems like Ronnie got Blythe after, like when she was a kid. You know? Like, they grew up together.
They've tarnished thy strength befits same crown.
Remembrance of Horaloo. Folks, one more detail I would like you all to think about. All of these fucking guys, remembrance of the regal ancestor, remembrance of the natural born, remembrance of the fire giant, remembrance of the blood lord, remembrance of the rot goddess, remembrance of the black blade, remembrance of the dragon lord, almost, actually, in fact, with, I guess, the exception of the fire giant, and it's not even its name, it's just his race, everyone is remembered by a title, except for Horaloo, because he doesn't need a title. He is not remembered by a title or an epithet. He is remembered by his name. I kneel. Zenith of the medium. Beyond peak fiction. It clears the Bible. And it's Horaloo. It's not the remembrance of Godfrey. A Playfrey's still not liking, but he will give me $2. I will accept it. I will accept that. That's a fair trade-off. The Bible is the most overrated book, arguably. He tears the Bible in half like a wrestler with a phone book. Exactly. He's not remembered by his posh, made-up, lordly epithet. He is remembered as Horaloo, the warrior. When Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was robbed of his grace, becoming tarnished, He took with him his kinfolk and left the lands between. After the long march of the Tarnished came to an end, Godfrey divested himself of kingship, becoming a simple warrior once more. Oh yeah, I mean, if any of the rest of you want to donate, you're welcome to. The biggest Chad. Think about all of the crazy demigod powers that the Shardbearers have. Think of all their crazy bullshit. Grafting, glintstone sorcery, gravity magic, a god-devouring serpent, grace directly from the Erd Tree, outer god blood magic, godly charm, the scarlet rot, and what does Godfrey have? The strength within his 2 hands. Yeah, Horlu cannot read that many words. He's like, get that shit out of here. Get that fucking shit out of here. Be gone. Get out of here. I don't know what to spend these runes on. I will just dump vigor. Whatever. Now, naturally, there are some things to be gained from slaying the first Elden Lord. Oh, right. Yes, of course. Godfrey's age was an age in which strength was essential. Axe of Godfrey, Weapon of Godfrey, Elden Lord. Specifically, it's his weapon as the Elden Lord. This is the weapon of the Lord. And then when he's like, fuck being Elden Lord, I'm Horlu, warrior, just use his fucking hands and his feet, I guess. It was broken in a battle fought as leader of the Tarnished during the Long March. This weapon is symbolic of Godfrey's vow to conduct himself as a lord, later becoming an emblem of the Golden Lineage. In the days of the past, a crown was warranted with strength. Thy strength befits a crown. Thank you for your donation as well, Neo. You can tell, you know, it's an emblem of the Golden Lineage, because you see, basically anyone that uses a big axe does the same shit that Godfrey does. Like, they use the same moves. Crucible Knights use the same moves. Godric uses a big axe. He uses 2 axes, as a matter of fact. Presumably the smaller one was his actual weapon before he became big through grafting. Oh, I could be so much better than Godfrey. He's got 1 axe. I got 2 axes. Wow. Amazing. But, you know, this is just the symbol of him being a lord. This is the weapon a civilized person uses. But a real man, a real primal human, uses his bare fucking fists. Crown of Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. The age of the Erd Tree began amongst conflict, when Godfrey was lord of the battlefield. He led the war against the giants, faced the Storm Lord alone, and then there came a moment when his last worthy enemy fell, and it was then, as the story is told, that the hue of Lord Godfrey's eyes faded. So it's a twofold thing. First thing, he no longer has any worthy opponents. Well, now he's fucking bored. He's got no one to fight and have fun with anymore. So he's quite upset about that. But then the second actual thing is that, yeah, the hue in his eyes, his grace was taken. Because once the last of Godfrey's worthy foes fell, he had no more use to Marika. Marika chose him as her consort because she needed someone with the strength to defeat the Erd Tree's enemies, so that the age of the Erd Tree could become established without being destroyed in its infancy, to defeat the giants, to defeat the dragons, to defeat anyone who would stand in their way. Hence, his crown was warranted with strength. And in Godfrey's time, that was the big thing. Humans were stronger. They used bigger, more primitive weapons. They were... Well, needless to say, modern humans are a far cry from the ancestors of Godfrey's time. Notably, though, Erd Tree worship was not as extreme as it is now. Golden Order fundamentalism was not yet a thing. The Crucible Knights, Godfrey's soldiers, presumably members of his barbarian clan, wore reddish armor that represented primordial gold. Gold in its most ancient state. They used the aspects of the Crucible. The Crucible was something that was still acknowledged and still worshipped to an extent. And Godfrey himself is like a big Viking. You know, like pagans. The time of Godfrey, when he was Elden Lord, was a lot more paganistic. There was a lot more nature worship and shit. They were much more in tune with nature. Because the Crucible was still a thing fresh in their minds. Back during that time, the Omen were probably not ostracized and despised. It's probably why Godfrey feels bad about Morgott dying, because he didn't see anything wrong with Morgott. All of that stuff about the Omen being cursed was not really a cultural thing until probably later on into Godfrey's rule or after Godfrey's rule. Back in that time, everyone was pretty cool with everything, because everything came from the Crucible. Everything was like, yeah, the Erd Tree's just like the next stage of the Crucible, man. It's like, whatever. We're not big on all this religious shit yet. We're just kind of big on being strong and in charge. And that was really all that mattered when Godfrey was Elden Lord. Being strong and being in charge. And if he were to become Elden Lord yet again, I guarantee you, Golden Order fundamentalism would, like, cease to exist in an instant. Because he doesn't give a shit about any of that faith stuff. He doesn't care about any philosophical introspection like Marika cared about. The man only cares about strength. And his age would be one in which strength is king. It would probably kind of be like Armstrong's ideal America. Anyway, the Erd Tree, very interestingly, appears to be like a tree on top of a tree with the Elden Ring at the center. It's very interesting. Also, I do believe its branches look a little bit crazier, a little bit more unkempt, which reminds me a bit of what the branches of the Crucible were supposed to kind of look like. I imagine, well, first off, this inner crust is probably the Crucible. That's probably the Crucible. It's just the inside of the Erd Tree. We literally fight Radagon on a Crucible. Especially a Crucible in like an alchemical sense, because, you know, you have the importance of alchemy and stuff. Yeah, Nameless, what is your question? I'm curious. Share it in the chat and I'll answer it when I'm done with my little spiel, which will be over shortly anyway. And we have the Elden Ring there at the center. It almost looks like a tree growing on top of a tree, actually. And I actually, hold on. Can we really see it here? Nah, that doesn't appear to be there. But it's interesting that there's like, yeah, a tree on top of, yeah, because the Erd Tree and the Great Tree, because the Erd Tree grew from the Great Tree. Yeah, it just is showing its evolution, its growth. So anyway, what are we gonna wear as our final boss drip? We could just go with this. I mean, there's no reason not to. It's pretty stylish, but I mean, we've got quite a lot to work with. Like, we have a shitload to work with here. Yeah. What do you guys think? Frankly, either this, which looks really good, or we do the Beast Champion set. Place your votes now. DLC lets us see what was on the part of the door that was destroyed. It may have been Helfen, possibly, because the lamplight is a tree, probably, like a lampwood. So there's even a big magical tree in the underworld that has its own red grace. Beast Champion is Dynactin's vote. Tater wants to see Tree Sentinel with Gold Mask. I don't feel like doing Tree Sentinel with Gold Mask. Homeless Gold Mask trip with Albinoric head. I never actually got the Albinoric head. Sorry to say. We have a bunch of different votes. We now need some people voting on the same thing. We need at least a plurality. Beast. Alright, we got three votes for Beast. Never got head from an Albinoric man? You're missing out. Oh my fucking god. Well, it looks like we're doing Beast Champion, which is fine by me. Because it slaps. Well, folks, let's not wait a moment longer. It's time. Like what you're in now, the tiny beasts are funny. They are kind of funny in a way. Cragblade. I mean, I guess I could use the Cragblade. I just love using Health and Steeple. And, generally speaking, the swinging of a greatsword is a lot more satisfying than just doing a bunch of poking. Yeah, time for sloppy seconds. This guy does not get the same honor Godfrey gets. I will summon for this guy after 5 attempts. I mean, he's still good. Radigan's still pretty good. Like, really good. But Radigan's also an asshole. Yeah, he may have been Elden Lord in the time of peace, but he can still show himself to be a powerful person. So at long last, we step foot into the Erd Tree. After these 20 streams, and here we have Marika crucified on her own Elden rune. The very top arc of the Elden Ring. She also appears to have been impaled with a crimson spear, which is maybe representative of Radigan, because it doesn't exist when Radigan gets up. As you can see, her body is in shambles, presumably because she shattered the Elden Ring. Seems like the shattering of the ring literally shattered her own body. Alright, so yeah. Malekith is Marika's shadow self, and Godfrey is like her outward mask, I think, to an extent. The embodiment of, like, her will. Yeah, Marika, creator of the gender-fluid pride flag. We see the shards of the Elden Ring embedded in the hammer. And now, the second Elden Lord appears. Yes, indeed, Radigan is awesome. His body is not but a broken shell for power. The ultimate power. He is a husk that is host to the Elden Ring. Radigan of the Golden Order. Not Radigan, the second Elden Lord. Radigan of the Golden Order. For starters, I imagine when you become Marika, you can't really be Marika's consort anymore. Oh shit. I'm too heavy, I'm fat rolling, fuck. This is a predicament. There we go. So for starters, you know, you can't be the consort when you are literally them. But also, I think at this point, he just literally embodies the Golden Order. He is the host to the Golden Order. It's very fitting. Radigan does not speak. You know, Godfrey talks to us quite a bit. Radigan doesn't talk to us at all. And not only that, he doesn't seem to really emote in the slightest. The way Godfrey fights is very visceral. It's very passionate. There's none of that here in Radigan. He is a machine. He is a shell that is being puppeted by the Elden. There's nothing in there. There's no one home. He's effectively dead. Do you think this is perhaps what he wanted? In a twisted way? Become perfect? Because Radigan always wanted to be a hero. He always wanted to be a champion. He wanted to be whatever he was needed to be. When he went to Liurnia, when he was in Raya Lucaria, he learned sorcery. It's very notable that when in Radigan's time with Renala is talked about, the only thing that's ever really mentioned is that, oh, Radigan was studying sorcery. Radigan was learning in the libraries of Raya Lucaria. He wasn't spending time with his wife. He wasn't spending time with his kids. The most notable thing that Radigan was doing was learning. That seemed to be maybe his primary motivation in marrying Renala. Maybe. Oh, if I do that, I can bring peace with the Liurnians, and I can learn sorcery and shit. You know? He was on a constant adventure to find himself, yeah. Then, when Marika, his boss, wants him to do something, he's naturally like, okay, I'll do that. Because I'm supposed to be a perfect champion, and I do whatever my god calls upon me to do, even if it means abandoning my family. Godfrey is an alpha male, Radigan is a sigma male. I see. It's been put into perfect terms now. It all makes sense. Because I would not say Radigan is a beta male. He's kind of a psychopath, to an extent. And that he'll do anything that is asked of him. Anything that he needs to do, he'll do. It doesn't matter what it is. He'll marry into royalty. He'll abandon that royalty to marry a god. He will merge with said god. Where do you work out? The library. When he went to Lanedale, he learned incantations. He is basically the guy that created Golden Order fundamentalism. He's duty-bound. Doesn't care about emotion, he'll just do whatever he has to. He's what Marika wanted Godfrey to be. Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't say that necessarily, because Godfrey was exactly what Marika wanted him to be for when she needed him. She needed him then, and she needed him now, to an extent. Not him specifically, but like the idea of him in the Tarnish. That's why she sent him away. I don't need you anymore for the time being. You can come back later, when I need you again. But for now, in peacetime, well, we're getting the red-headed twink. Who, you know, Radigan's not really a twink. He's maybe a twink by, like, Guilty Gear standards. And now he teleports. Teleporting is very robotic and emotionless. When Godfrey runs around, when he charges after us, you know, you can feel the weight of his movements, you can feel his bloodlust in everything that he does. But with Radigan, it's just the absolute bare minimum movements. He is a machine. He is robotic. And of course, he actually uses incantations. uses Golden Order incantations, which require intelligence. So you could say that Golden Order fundamentalism is actually kind of like a hybrid of incantations and sorcery. I wonder how much of Radigan's desire to be a perfect champion was based on his heritage, based on him descending from the giants. To what extent that was shame of having been descended from enemies of the Erdtree, or shame that he was related to people who lost, people who were flawed and could be defeated. And because of how flawed they were, and the fact that he inherits that flaw, he wants to erase it. He wants to perfect himself so that he no longer has these flaws. And these things made Radigan a perfect tool for Marika. Just the lord that she needed for her age of peace and tranquility. But now that Marika's effectively a vegetable and a traitor, Radigan is just exactly the tool that the Greater Will and the Elden Beast need. Look at that! Turned into a very conveniently giant-sized sword. Imagine being God, and then getting turned into a weapon for a bigger god. Godfrey is primitive strength, strength alone. Radigan is the intelligent use of tools, which is why he uses a hammer, even if it's not his weapon. He himself acts as a sword for the beast. Yes, he represents a far more civilized, faithful, intelligent, philosophical age. The ulcerated Erdtree spirit. Long ago, the Greater Will sent a beast to the lands between, in the form of a golden star bearing a beast that would one day become the Elden Ring. We are literally fighting the Elden Ring, and we can actually see what I guess could be the fractures of it breaking. What the fuck? What was that? I don't even know what's going on. I'm very confused. Yeah, for this guy, since he's so big, we're using the focus. Notice how that magic attack is like the same thing that Asto was. Because they're both from fucking space. You gonna fly now? What do you know, he flies now. He is the prettiest looking creature. He's such a funny little space slug thing, isn't he? Jump! I do like the jump mechanic. I like when that's used. Fuck you. Oh, you dick. What a little shitter you are. You know what, just to be safe. Yeah, and notice his tail is literally the Erdtree. To show that the Erdtree has kind of seemingly sprouted out of the power of the Elden Ring. I mean, it is literally the Crucible transformed with grace by the power of the Elden Ring. Nice take on the lore high, by the way. Hello, Mr. Magic Monkey Man. How are you? And hello to chat. They appreciate. I know they do. It's also what the Death Birds do. Yeah, to an extent it is. Oh shit. Hey, it's still hitting him nice. I think the shattering also affected the Elden Beast. Yeah, it seems like it did. I mean, you can see the big crack in its chest. Ah, shit. Nearly 4 a.m. for Chilled. Chilled, you can leave if you want now. I mean, we beat Godfrey, it's fine. I'd pop in and see what you're at before bed. Nice. Appreciate it. Oh boy, it's Elden Stars time. Oh fuck yes. Shit, I'm gonna die. I'm somehow not dead. Well, might as well. That's really cool visually, I have to admit. Oh, fuck. I have no idea how to dodge that attack, by the way. I don't have a fucking clue. Yeah, there we go. The orb! The most powerful orb. You gotta see the journey to its end and shit, so you intend to stay. Alright, whatever you say, man. You do you, I guess. Let's see. I don't really need this anymore. We'll throw, do we not have something else that increases our equip load? Oops, all Elden Beast indeed. Okay, maybe I do need Erdtree's Favor +2, so fucking bitch. Nah, I'm not going through all that shit for it. And I don't need the shield, actually, so it's not like it really fucking matters. Actually, we did most of this without a shield, so it literally doesn't matter, actually. You got your friend's PS5 set up here, so you'll be able to stream sometime this week, maybe Tuesday when they go out. Sounds fun. Did you ever undo the respec from Gideon? Nah, I didn't need to, because, like, I still have the stats to use all my shit. Let's go, bitch. Let's talk about Radagon's age. Radagon's age was obviously an age of peace. The enemies of the Erdtree had all been pacified by Godfrey. And everyone was just kind of chilling in the eternal kingdom of the Erdtree without the Rune of Death. Nothing was ever gonna die. Ah, shit. This one's a fail. Or maybe not. A political conversation between Godfrey and Radagon would be fucking hilarious. No, because you know what Radagon would be like? Radagon is absolutely the textbook caricature of a politician. He will do whatever it takes to get in power. And he'll do whatever the people want, really. Like, he doesn't really believe in anything. He will do whatever makes him the most popular. Yeah, it would be a very exaggerated political caricature. Godfrey was the World Wars. Radagon is NATO. That's an interesting perspective on it. I guess that works. See, Radagon's still kind of caked up. Radagon's textbook, whatever's required. Yeah. He's a cool politician because he can still throw down. That's true. His age was one of peace. His one was actually less focused on the Erdtree itself, because the Erdtree was past its age of splendor, it had faded, and instead was focused more on Golden Order fundamentalism, the perfection of the laws of the universe established by the Elden Ring. They were more religious, philosophical, introspective. They didn't much care for nature. The aspects of the Crucible were reviled as being accursed and uncivilized. Essentially, Radigan's Age is like the Christianization of Europe. The move away from paganism and the takeover of Christianity. Honestly, I feel like Elden Ring's world lore has more parallels to real-world history than, like, any other FromSoft game, including the one that takes place in Sengoku era Japan. Yeah, specifically a Christianization of the Norse, which is quite fitting actually, because a lot of our current modern interpretations of Norse culture and mythology are very Christianized. Like the concept of angelic beings and shit, the gods being white, very pretty and well kept. That's all pretty Christian shit. Elden Ring lore is so nice, it makes me want to do a world-building project similar to it. Same here. I'll get around to doing that at some point. Like, I've come up with the setting name and the main thing that the setting revolves around, and nothing else, basically. Something interesting I do want to do is have there be multiple religions. And I mean like a lot. A game some of you might have heard of called Salt and Sanctuary has an interesting thing where, like, almost every area you go to has a new religion. So there's like a dozen. There's a dozen different people's interpretations of the world and different ideologies and faiths they subscribe to. And I think that's really fucking cool. You know the first French fries weren't Coke? What? Also, yes, I know French fries aren't French, they're Belgian. They should be called Belgian fries. Radigan was an angry boy that round. As angry as he can be. Also, it's very ironic that Radigan is using a stolen weapon, you know, not his, America's. Considering the existence of the Golden Order Greatsword, which was originally a gift from Renala that he then reforged when he went to Lanedale. Which is fucking hilarious, by the way. He literally re-gifted. Think about that. What a cheap son of a bitch. First French president took the French, it was cooked in Greece, yay! Wait a second, you son of a bitch. You motherfucker. That's not funny. He's the ultimate repurposer. Yeah, that's a pretty accurate way to describe him, I think. That's hilarious. I hate it. I also hate it. In like a I respect it way. And how fucking stupid it is. Phenomenal. Yes, keep taking damage, you fucker. Die! Please, God, just die. No, please not this with Elden Stars. For God's sake. Oh. Oh. Or you'll die, and my brain immediately follows up with judgment. As it should, honestly. Oh, not dead though. Go fuck yourself, Elden Beast. You can kiss my ass. This would be so much better if we could start. Don't remember Radigan or Elden Beast ever being this relentless with chaining attacks. Oh, they are. That's just the way of the Elden Ring. Relentless attack chaining. Unto absurdity. Yeah, this was designed with Torrent in mind. Dev just forgot to enable him, and then they just too embarrassed and didn't change it back. Die, you fucking piece of shit amoeba. Oh yeah, the Elden Beast is an amoeba. It's like a giant parasite. Oh right, the other Erd trees. What's the deal with those? Well, you know, Greater Will's probably got its influence on other planets, or that's representative of the other worlds that everyone's game takes place in. That's the first time I've ever soloed Elden Beast and Radigan. Joined right as the beat as a... Okay, give me a like for that one, Playfree. Give me a like for that one. The animation for being grabbed by Elden Beast is really cool. Yeah, you just get crucified like Marika, and then absolutely fucking riddled with grace. My wife said I have no sense of direction. I said, where did that come from? That's fucking terrible. You're a bad person. You already gave me $2? A like costs you nothing, Playfree. Am I that greedy? I only get like a minor algorithm boost for it. It's nothing. So yeah, the Elden Beast appears to be an amoeba, a parasitic creature. Literally a host within Marika and Radigan. The comparison with Marika and Radigan to the Divine Rebus is a classic one. Elden Ring has a lot of stuff revolving around alchemy. There are other people that have described it in depth far better than I could. There are people that are much more knowledgeable on it. But the fact that the Elden Beast is literally a parasite within a host is a bit on the nose. Remembrance of the Elden Beast, hewn into the Erd Tree. It was the vassal beast of the Greater Will and living incarnation of the concept of order. Which makes sense, because it is the Elden Ring. The Elden Ring is the order of the world, thus the Elden Beast is a living incarnation of it. Though, interestingly, very interestingly, the Elden Ring still exists even after we kill the Elden Beast. Which I guess suggests that, you know, we kill the consciousness of it, so it just reverts to this inanimate form, which is the Elden Ring. I guess. Now, for those of you who don't know, a vassal is a servant. It is not a vessel of the Greater Will. The Greater Will is not directly controlling this thing. It's a servant creature. And to us, it is a god. Keep that in mind. A servant of the Greater Will is a god to us. It's a god even by the standards of Marika, who is already a god to us. Though maybe for her it was more kind of like an actual parasite. Greater Will is a god for gods. Yeah, pretty much. Marika's Hammer. Stone hammer made in the lands of the Newman, outside the lands between. The tool with which Queen Marika shattered the Elden Ring and Radigan attempted to repair it. The hammer partially broke upon shattering the Elden Ring, becoming splintered with rune fragments. So this hammer literally has pieces of the laws of physics stuck within it. The Elden Beast is just Marika's dog. That's kind of funny to think about, isn't it? Am I able to use this? Nah, I don't have the faith for it. Wait, yes I could. I just need one more. We can use this thing. It's cracked as shit. This thing is disgusting. Its weapon art is absurd. The Wave of Gold, the attack Elden Beast does that I have no idea how to dodge, it's absurd. It's a ridiculous thing. So, you know, the Newmen, they're not native to here. They're apparently from another world. Could be the world underneath, you know, the Eternal Cities. That could technically be another world. Or they're from another planet or dimension or something. But they're not from here. So they came here at some point, perhaps to colonize the place, maybe under the direction of the Greater Will. Because maybe Queen Marika was already called Queen Marika before she became Queen Marika the Eternal. That's a possibility. And maybe Marika was leading them, like Jesus or Moses or something, to the lands between, as the Greater Will was directing her to do, where she found the Elden Ring, became host to it, and became God underneath the Erd Tree. The fact that Radagon attempts to fix the Elden Ring after Marika tried to shatter it is really interesting, because it shows they are still very distinct people, and even though Radagon is a loyal hound, he is not a loyal hound to Marika. Marika herself calls him Leal Hound of the Golden Order. Not my loyal hound. You are loyal hound to the religion, to the faith, to the Greater Will. Radagon is subservient to authority. When he was but a champion, when he was married to Renala, the authority that commanded him was Marika. Anything Marika wanted him to do, he would do it. She would say jump, and he would say how high. Once he became king consort, and then especially once he merged with Marika, became a god, he was no longer subservient to Marika. He became equal to Marika. They are two halves of the same whole now. The authority that commanded him then was the Greater Will and the Golden Order. So when Marika does something that goes against the Golden Order, goes against the wishes of the Greater Will, he is against that. He actively opposes her. Because now he is doing everything he can be to be the perfect champion of the Greater Will. Sacred Relic Sword. Sword wrought from the remains of a god who should have lived a life eternal. Thoughts on what the weapon portends are many and varied. Some consider it the mark of a great sin, or a sign of a great devastation. Some think it is the end of an age, while others the beginning. I think this is the only weapon we get that its description describes the future. Excuse me. Oh, we're at 25 likes? Phenomenal. Perfect for our finale. This is a thing that exists. It's a relic. There's probably in a museum somewhere or in some fucking church that we've established. And, like, scholars debate on what exactly it is. It is all of these things, technically. It's the mark of a great sin, the cardinal sin, the burning of the Erd Tree. Also, Marika's shattering of the Elden Ring, that was a great sin, or a great devastation. Burning down the Erd Tree, shattering the Elden Ring, that's also a great devastation. Some think it's the end of an age, because it is. Radagon's dead, Radagon's age is over now. And so is Marika's, because Marika's basically not a person anymore. While others think it's the beginning. It is the beginning. Because now that this age is over, our age is beginning. Radigan's Age was one designed around making everything quiet and fairly content and peaceful. Alright, it is of note that the only other weapon we see that appears to be made out of a body, looks like it's made out of a body, out of flesh, is the Finger Slayer blade, which is used to kill the two fingers. Just kind of an interesting little thing. You know, just kind of a neat little detail. At least in my personal opinion. The Fractured Marika. So, yeah. Longest word in the English language is smiles. Both S's are miles apart. You know, there was like kind of a perfect silence there. I think the ambiance cut out or something. I hate you with like a burning passion. I detest you. You want to see how disgusting this fucking thing is? First off, looks pretty cool. Pretty neat looking thing. I want you to get an idea of the range of this thing. That is fucking absurd. This is the best for farming. Also, yes, of course. Yeah, we're now wielding Radigan's corpse somehow. I mean, I guess there's now even less of Marika than there was before. Actually, she is half a corpse now. So I guess, yeah, Radigan got removed from the equation there. This is the best final boss weapon, by the way. Like, all other... Can I fall off of here? No, it would seem there's an invisible wall. Yeah, Albinoric farming and the Mogwin Palace. Oh my fucking god. This thing is disgusting. It is in fact Radigan's body, and you know what it's doing? It's striking the pose of Golden Order totality. Isn't that fucking funny? Oh, wait, hold on. I wanted to show this off because it's even funnier. Let's go in here. Horse walks into a bar, several people get up and leave. That's great. Would you look at that? Isn't that funny? Isn't that fucking hilarious? Eh? Eh? Yeah? It's the same pose the sword is in? Because he's a fucking tool? Radigan's a tool. That's a good one. Hey, Renala, we got your husband back. He's changed a little bit with time. The one with the arm across from the chest? I don't know. You don't mind if I hit that T-pose? Radigan is now an eternally T-posing creature. A terrible fate. Now we have to wonder, and this is the final question we must ask for the lore playthrough, why did Marika want to destroy the Elden Ring? Why did she do it? Oh yeah, we can summon Ranni, we bring about the moon to block out the greater will, bring about the age of the stars where God stopped fucking with us. Which is, you know, presumably why Ranni did everything. But why did you do all this shit? Why did you orchestrate so much of this nonsense? Well, there is dialogue that Melina recounts from Marika, in which she talks about how she wanted to look into the nature of the Golden Order, to fully understand it. What were its inner mechanisms? What was its purpose? Probably similar to when Gideon looked into Marika's thoughts and didn't really like what he saw. I think Marika realized something that we've kind of realized at this point, given how we understand the Outer Gods and the Empyrean's work, it seems, is that the Greater Will doesn't give a shit. The Greater Will doesn't care about anything, like anyone. The only thing the Greater Will cares about is order. And not even the Golden Order, just any kind of order, some kind of control. Its vassals are physical embodiments of the concept of order. They establish rules under which the worlds they inhabit operate. Yeah, Selen's still there because I didn't want to tell her about Lucite because I didn't want her to get turned into a graven mass. I want at least one person to survive this. And upon realizing that Marika herself was effectively just kind of a tool for the greater will to assert control and dominance over things, well, Marika, being the very independent girl boss that she was, decided she didn't want to do with that shit anymore. She didn't want anything to do with that. Didn't like it. Didn't like the idea of God being this uncaring, yet also conniving entity that was just manipulating everyone while also not caring about anyone. It doesn't care what happens here so long as it has control. You could bring about an age of despair in which everyone is cursed and suffers, but so long as it's through the order established by the Elden Ring, the Greater Will doesn't care. It doesn't care what sort of order you establish, so long as you do. The two endings in which we don't do anything to the Elden Ring are the ones in which we actively defy the Greater Will. Age of the Stars, in which the moon blocks out the influence of the Greater Will, and now the Lands Between doesn't have to deal with its bullshit anymore. Or the Lord of Frenzied Flame, in which we just destroy the entirety of the Greater Will's creation because it fucked things up and everything needs to be returned to the One Great. Which, I'm not sure if the One Great is like ultimate Abraxas god thing or whatever, or if the One Great is just the idea of when all of existence was just a giant soup of everything. When everything was just one thing. The little tiny mass. The little infinitely tiny mass before the Big Bang. That was the One Great, maybe. It is a bit of a Kreia mentality. I hate that God has a will and fucks around with things in our world to try and get what it wants. I want God to leave us alone. I want us to be able to do whatever we want without some higher power controlling us to get what it wants. We should be free of that. Maybe that's why she kind of worked around with what Ranni was doing. Why conspire to do the Knight of Black Knives, though? Why do that? What did killing Godwyn achieve? What was it supposed to achieve? I suppose if things had gone correctly, it could have perhaps brought about a new age that defied the Greater Will. Maybe. But Ranni's own plans messed that up, and thus she resorted to desperate measures. The shattering of the Elden Ring. Godwyn spilled fruit punch on her dress at a party. Oh, that's what it is. She is a pretty spiteful bitch. So, yeah, it wouldn't be that surprising, given her penchant for cursing people. It wouldn't be the most shocking thing ever. Though as Gideon says, and as Rykard realized, Marika wants us to just struggle unto eternity. There is kind of an idea that struggle creates strength. That was kind of the idea with banishing Godfrey and the Tarnished. So you're stripped of grace, you're sent out into the wider world where you will fight and become stronger. And once you've become stronger, you will come back when I need you. Because then you will be strong enough for that time. You'll be as strong as I need you to be. And I guess maybe that's what she kind of intended for the world by shattering the Elden Ring. Because it seems like everything that happens up till now is Marika's intention. I think fucking everything up so much was supposed to make it so that someone could come along and change things. And maybe to free herself to some extent. Because I imagine she was tired of being host to the Elden Beast and the Elden Ring. Think about it. The Knight of the Black Knives totally upends a bunch of stuff, results in the partial deaths of 2 of the demigods, likely caused a shitload of internal turmoil within Leyndell and the lands between in general. Then you have the shattering of the Elden Ring, which caused all of the demigods to war with each other, totally fucked everything up. There's no one that's able to become a lord. Now, the Greater Will's like, shit, I need someone to come in and fix things. The Tarnished, come here, you guys. Marika knew someone would have to be called in to fix things. She knew the Tarnished would be called upon. So the Greater Will, presumably, is like, yo, Tarnished, come here. Come here. Do you want to become Elden Lord and get some gussy, maybe? Would you be into that? Yeah, Arise Ye Tarnished happens. We take care of all of the other contenders. We amass the parts of the Elden Ring. We burn down the Erd Tree. Then we come along. We kill Marika's annoying husband, who she can't get a divorce from. And then we kill the parasite that's inhabiting her body. But yet, theoretically, none of this goes against what the Greater Will wants unless we do Ranni's ending or we do the Flame of Frenzy ending. So in the end, Marika's not really achieving her ultimate goal unless we do the Ranni ending, which is honestly why Ranni's ending is arguably the best ending. Or we're just maybe kind of freeing her. And even then, not really. She's still just kind of this inanimate object. Maybe that's actually why she supported the Knight of Black Knives, because she knew it would eventually lead to Ranni bringing about the Age of the Stars, something Marika probably knew about, because she was one of the Newmen. And the Newmen were in the Eternal City, where the Black Knife Assassins are from, and the people of the Eternal City want to bring about the Age of the Stars. And it's in that ending where Ranni comes along and just disintegrates Marika's body. She lets Marika die and finally be freed. That's why it's the best ending. Age of the Stars, I do believe, is Marika's ultimate goal, is to bring about the Age of the Stars. I think I'm fairly confident in that. I just came to that conclusion right now. Right now, I've come to that conclusion. So there you have it, folks. Why did Marika do it? So that she and everyone else could be free of all of this nonsense. And we will bring about our new age with our Mending Rune of Perfect Order. You could argue Ranni's ending isn't the best because without the Outer Gods, we're just kind of stuck fending for ourselves, which is fair. Basically, with Perfect Order, the flaws of the Golden Order are fixed, and we get to keep all of the cool fantasy stuff. And I guess Marika technically gets comeuppance for all the terrible shit that she's done, because she still has done some pretty objectionable stuff. You know, it's up to you whether or not you think Marika deserves to get her way. Whether or not she deserves to be freed. Ah, I see. It doesn't just go in at the bottom like the other mending runes do. It's just a perfect circle that fully encapsulates the ring. And now that we receive power from the restored Elden Ring, the Erd Tree is fixed. I guess that's how becoming Elden Lord works. The Elden Ring's just like, here's power, there you go. Have some grace.
The fallen leaves tell a story.
Oh, look at that thing. It's more brilliant than ever.
Of how a Tarnished became Elden Lord.
Everything's extra gold now.
In our home, across the fog, the lands between.
It has the shiniest Erd Tree. The Age of Plenty is somewhat restored.
Look back upon us and recall.
The Age of Order.
This is also technically like the exact opposite to the Age of Frenzy, because it's the Age of Chaos. So we fixed everything. We made the Golden Order perfect now. Now, there's no more demigods, all the vestiges of the old order are gone, and we can just start our own new thing. Isn't that great? Well, there you go, folks. That's Elden Ring again. World created by Hidetaka Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin. So, I gotta tell you, folks, I fucking love this game. I really liked it by the time I finished the game, but I felt it had some problems. Mostly because I had some issues with the endgame stuff, and a lot of people had those same issues. And then, you know, you had a lot of the critique videos coming out talking about how, oh, you know, the fucking, the boss design sucks. The game doesn't have real good replayability because of how long it is. Now I've replayed the game. I've played it way more thoroughly than I ever have before, pretty much. I like it even more than I did before. This is definitely the most fun I've had with a playthrough. I have less issues with it now than I did before. I do think it's FromSoft's best game. I think it's their best game. I think it's the best Souls-style game. I know they have other stuff like Armor Core. Hey, it's Godric's theme. Been a while since we've heard this, huh? Though it's just an instrumental version, which is interesting. Streams are always a joy? You're goddamn right they are. Mr. Magic says, I love your storytelling. Thank you. I try to portray this information in as compelling and entertaining a manner as I can. Obviously, I'm nothing compared to most other lore channels, and I haven't really been a lore channel for several months now. We're going to get back to that soon, though, because this has more than reinvigorated my interest in talking about Elden Ring lore. Because as Neve says, love the lore. It's fucking great. Yeah, Godric's theme, the true final boss theme. So what game's next? Well, I'll take a break for a bit, because in like 2-3 weeks, God of War Ragnarok comes out. So we're going to play that. Hey! And then it's Morgoth's theme. Isn't that great? Saying a game has no replayability because it's long doesn't say much about a game above their attention span. You know, that's true. That's pretty true. Yeah, I guess I'll have to play Metal Gear Rising at some point. I guess I'll do that. Why not? I've never actually played through it before, so... should be a blast. I mean, we all know it's a great game. I would froth if you played Blasphemous. I love Blasphemous. Why the fuck can't I pronounce anything right now? This is how you can tell it's almost 11:30. I love Blasphemous. It's one of my favorite Metroidvanias. When it came out, I was like $3 short. Not even. I was like $8 short. And my mom wouldn't give me any more money to buy it. Because she was like, you got school going on. You don't have to worry about getting money to play games. So I'm like, fine. I'll do it myself. You know what I did? I sold all of the trading cards I had on Steam. Do you have any idea how fucking desperate someone has to be to turn to the Steam trading card market to get money? And I got that game, and I played through it, and I really liked it. And do you know what was even fucking better? When free DLC came out for it, like, almost a year later. And then another free DLC came out for it again, like, almost another year later. It's a great game. I love it. I might play it on here at some point. My brutalist Abrahamic aesthetic ass can't take it. I love Gothic Spanish aesthetic. I love Gothic Christianity. Steam trading cards for newly released games go hard. Each card for P5R is like 30 pence. That definitely means something to me. Shut it, I try to abuse the Steam trading card system every chance I get. Just found out my wife cheated on me. She said I'll be there 10 to 15 minutes max. Pence is like the UK version of Sense. 30 cents. Yeah, I had like, there was like one card I had that went for like 20 cents or something. I thought that thing was so fucking valuable. Yeah, maybe we'll play Blasphemous on here at some point. But we got God of War Ragnarok coming up. We'll do a stream beating the rest of the Valkyries in Sigrun sometime before the game comes out. I don't know how soon before it comes out. Let me just say, what day of the week is this? It's the 9th that comes out, right? What's the release date for God of War Ragnarok? It's the 9th, right? Yeah, it's the 9th. What day of the week is that? It is a Wednesday. Perfect. Fucking perfect. That is excellent. Phenomenal. Yeah, we'll be streaming that real soon. Oh, checking out Fury. It's a good short boss fight game. I also love Fury, another game that I haven't played in a long time. But I love Fury. Yeah, this is Malekith's theme too. Kratos joining Kengan? Maybe. Have to take a break from Ragnarok to fucking do a Kengan reaction, which should be fine, because Kengan's been quite good lately. Hopefully it will still be in like 3 weeks. You can never tell. Actually, it's only like 2 weeks from now that I think about it. Yeah, it's only like 2 weeks away. And then we get the Elden Beast theme. Yeah. So yeah, folks, that's all for this trip through the lands between. Chilled, you're free to finally fucking pass out now, my god. So I'm very honored that you decided to stick with me for this long. No, I will not start Journey 2. So yeah, that was a blast, and I look forward to us talking about some more Elden Ring in the very near future. I plan on getting started on the new lore videos pretty soon. So, look forward to those coming out sometime, probably within the next month, I'd say. Sometime soon. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching. Fuck, my throat's dry. I've been talking for 4 hours. Did I even get up for a bathroom break? No, I didn't. I haven't had anything to drink. I've been talking for 4 hours. 3.5. Thank you all for watching, not just this stream, but all of these streams. I hope you greatly enjoyed. I know I did. So until next time, I'll see you guys around. Take care. Bye-bye.